Oh, I feel a bit weird sitting down after filming the last video stood up. I feel really low. Anyway, hello and welcome back to Bug Realms. On this channel we like to discuss all things creepy crawly, so if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. So in today's video we have got another Isopod mystery box, again from Dubia Pool. So the last one we got was a £5 mystery box. So if you haven't seen that video, please go check it out. It's my review on Dubia Pool, the only review on Dubia Pool on this particular channel, and it has my £5 box in there. Now we actually guessed what was in that £5 box and we got it 100% wrong, so I'm going to try and guess again. So we've gone up a stage to a £10 mystery box from Dubia Pool now, and we are going to, if you guys would like, keep upping it. So he also does a £20 one, a £50 one, a £100 one. I think he even does a £200 one, all minus a penny. So if you would like to slowly over time, because I don't have that kind of money right now, watch me open all the different mystery boxes that he does, so you can see what sort of things you were expecting price wise from Dubia Pool in his mystery boxes. Please comment below now so I know whether to do that. Obviously getting a £20 one will be alright, £50 one, but then when it goes higher, I really need to know if you guys actually really want to see that before I go in spending that kind of money. Not that I complain, because I want them anyway. So, while I open this then, let's have a guess. So last time we got 3 species. We got Porcellio scaber, Ghost, scaber, dairy cow, which I think the actual term for when it's Porcellio scaber is moo cow. So Porcellio laevis is dairy cow, but the cow morph in scaber is moo cow. I only know that because I spoke to the guy who actually created that morph. And what was it? Ghost, moo cow. How can I forget? Dalmatian, that was it. So we got 3 species there. I'm going to guess 3 species again. I don't know if he always does 3 species or not. That's the joy of a mystery box, you don't know. And being £5 more, we're going to go higher. I think one of the guesses is going to be the same as last time. I guessed Porcellio laevis dairy cow, so I'm going to guess there's dairy cows in here. I'm going to guess there's Porcellio laevis orange in here, and then to add our 10 to 30% extra for a mystery box, we're going to have to go for something cheap. So I'm going to say Porcellio scaber wild form. That's what I'm guessing. Now, as I said in the last one, Isopod mystery boxes, you cannot go wrong, because if you get something the same as what you've already got, you can just add it to your current colony. So it's never going to bother me what comes in these boxes. That's what's so fantastic about Isopod mystery boxes. You just can't go wrong. Okay, now I've already said that this is really bought for a friend of mine who's getting into isopods lately. I didn't film it, but we actually went out and caught some wild isopods, Porcellio scaber wild isopods from my local woods, and some of them actually had a slightly red skirt morph, which was interesting. So I've said to her that basically if there's something in here I'm not too fussed about keeping, or if it's something she really wants, then she can have what's in this box. But if there's something I really want, or that I already own and I'm adding to my current box, I will keep them. So let's have a look. So first of all, box 1, a Santa Lucia. What are these? So it'll be an armadillidium. Lucia. I can't quite read his writing. Bear with me 2 seconds. Can you read? You probably can't see on that screen. I need to look this up. What is this one? Ah, found it. Armadillidium Santa Lucia. Lucia, Lucia. It's here on the Dubia Pool site. Alright, okay, so we've got an armadillidium species from that part of the world. Where is Santa Lucia? Let's have a look. Every year people across Italy celebrate the feast day of Santa Lucia, the patron saint of the blind. So I'm going to presume they are from Italy, because maybe it's not a place name? Santa Lucia, Italy map. See, I get Saint Lucia. Ah, Santa Lucia, there it is. Provenance of Nuoro, Italy. So we got there in the end. So something I have never looked into, we have our own beautiful little Italian armadilliums that we'll look at there. So that's really interesting. I can see an A already, so I think this is going to be another armadillium. I like how he's doing this. He's kind of going for like similar things here. These are big. Is that granulatum? I think that's granulatum, which is one that I really want. I can normally read his writing okay. I'm just struggling at the minute. Granulatum. It's got to be. It's got to be. Let me just have a little peek myself. I want to make sure I've read that right. They certainly have the coloration of granulatum. Wicked. Happy with that. And then last but not least, Porcellio Ghost. Okay, so we were wrong on everything again. I did get a Scaber right, but this is Ghost. So Ghost is what we already have. So this is staying with me for sure, because this is going to go in with our current Porcellio Ghost colony. Now I'm going to message my friend after this video and find out if she wants either the granulatum or the Santa Lucia and see what she says. So there will be no rehousings on my isopod videos, and that's going to be the case for a little while. Or I say a little while in my time. I don't know how it'll be in video time, and that is because I'm still working on my super secret isopod blend. Blend. In fact, actually, here's what we're going to do for a bit of fun. Every isopod video from now on, I will reveal to you one of the items in my test blend. Now, if you get to the end of these videos, remember this is a test blend. I'm not 100% sure on how well it's going to do, but I've tried to adjust it the best I can to give them a really good living soil so that they are happier and they breed quicker, breed better. It's of a substrate. So let's start that off before we look at these isopods. Our number one ingredient. We'll go with something easy, topsoil, right? And the reason I've chose topsoil over potting soil and compost, I did mention this last video that I explain it to you. We will go into more details on another video because I know you just want to see the isopods, but for those that are interested, I just think it's cleaner, nicer, better. So a lot of composts people are using they're kept in really warm and humid environments, so the breakdown of organic matter is really fast. But it's almost unnaturally fast, which is slightly off-putting for me. Nothing wrong with having a bit in there, but I wouldn't trust that. Potting soils, you are really going to have to read all the ingredients properly, because if they've added in anything that could harm your isopods, you're going to have a problem there and lose your colony. Plus, often they will add in extras that have no nutritional benefit to the isopods whatsoever, and it's just going to be no good. It's just added space in the bag that is wasting what you actually need. Topsoil does have the downfalls. One downfall is you do have to read the packaging again, because sometimes there's topsoil with added extras. Another downfall of topsoil is that over long periods of time, topsoil does lose its nutritional value naturally. However, this Westland brand has been used by some of the best millipede keepers in the whole UK. So we know that it is good for that type of cleanup crew animal. It doesn't have added extras in it, and if we do happen to have a batch that's that little bit older, we are fluffing it up with some serious goodness for our isopods anyway, so it doesn't really matter about that. And that is why, folks, I am choosing topsoil as my brand. You know why I'm not using potting soil, you know why I'm not using compost. The only other one that I know of that people have been using is cocoa fibre. Cocoa fibre, absolutely bull. I'm not even going to say the word on here. For millipedes, it can cause compaction, which is basically like a constipation type thing. It gets stuck inside, they can't poo out, they die. It is really horrible, and I want this substrate to be useful for all of my invertebrates, right? So I need to make sure that it's millipede safe too, and the nutritional value in cocoa fibre is next to nothing, so it's not good for cleanup crews particularly. Okay, so that is your ingredient number one. Make sure to keep watching all of my isopod videos if you want to know every ingredient in that blend. I have so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or 13, I can't quite see from here, different ingredients that I put in. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Okay, it's a lot of work, but it is going to be a fabulous substrate. So make sure to watch every isopod video from now on if you want to know what's in there. So let's have a look at our isopods. Where did I put my macro lens? That would be handy. Okay, let's start with the ghosts, and we're going to start with the ghosts because you've seen them before. If you haven't watched that video, this will be new to you. If you have seen that video, I'm sorry, you've got repetition of a species, but it's always worth looking at, especially as, you know, even if something's classed as a ghost, it can slightly take on another morph. There they are. Standard Portsmouth look, little rough around the edges, not the stock, just Portsmouth in general, and they've all kind of huddled together. There is probably one or two down there. Oh, there's one there. Should we get the macro lens, see if we can have a better look? There we are. So you can see why they are called Portsmouth Ghost, because, well, first of all they are scaber, and secondly they have that milky ghosty appearance in their coloration. Really, really cool. They still have that little stripe along the back, but for the most part they're kind of like a beigey, almost pinky white with an even whiter skirt. And this one is the curious one, and you can see the little rough textures. That's normally how you can ID scaber, although some other isopods do have these rough textures too, but scaber all pretty much look like this. It's even got little red eyes, look. Now that's a darling. So, macro lens off. We've seen ghosts before. Let's have a look at our others. Now, I'm going to go for the Italian ones next. My Italian ones, because I actually have no idea what these look like, aside from when I just looked in the box. They might well just look like your standard armadillium that you get here in the UK and other places as well. They may just, you know, be from a different provenance. The macro lens on, sorry about the focus. Let's try and find one. Oops. Oh, okay. This one. Typical of your armadillium is the fact that they can do their roly-poliness. Really cool. Okay, so they're not plain. In fact, they look very similar to your granulatum. A lot of armadillium do have these patterned parts along their backs, and it's usually shades of yellow. So for me, I wouldn't be able to, if someone showed me this, say I know exactly what armadillium this is and it's from Italy. I wouldn't be able to do that because it probably looks very similar to a lot of other armadillium, but they're more like tanks. So I always say that your scabers are kind of your little rough rogues. You know what I mean? They're like your little stealthy gits, and then you've got your armadillium are more like your tankish guys. They're a bit more like a brute. And we've actually got a smaller one. Where are you? There. And you see how the pattern is bigger in a juvenile, which is interesting. So yeah, I'm not so keyed up on pods that I can tell you like a huge difference. All we know is they are armadillium and their provenance. That is pretty much it. But they're cool looking, right? I think that these are really cool looking. So shall we have a look at the difference between these guys then and our granulatum? Because granulatum, in my eyes, kind of looks like this, and I'm just wondering if they do look the same and it's just a locality, or it's just because I've never actually owned granulatum. I've only seen pictures, and when I see them in person they are going to actually look different. Let's find out now. So here is our granulatum pot. Oh god, sorry, I think I just knocked one off his thing there. There we go. Oh, there's another poly. Let's put this macro on. Okay, no, there is definitely difference. Maybe I'm thinking of a different armadillium that has that look. As you can see, they do still have those patterns, but they're almost not as vibrant as the Santa Lucia. Or is that just me? Is that just me, guys? You tell me what you think. They seem a bit more subtle. I'm guessing from the name granulatum it's because they are a bit granulated. So they've got less vibrancy. I'm definitely thinking of a different armadillidium when I was comparing that Santa Lucia one. I just can't remember which one off the top of my head. But they're still cool. Ah, there we go. These have more vibrancy. So I'm going to have to compare footage now. See, that one's got perfect dots almost with them on each side. So yeah, we just happened to be looking at some that had less vibrancy that was walking around a pot. So they might well be same species even, just could be locality difference. Again, I'll have to look and compare after this video. I'm really not sure, but it doesn't bother me that some look the same, or even if they are the same in a different provenance, because it just means that you have a special locality, which is a pure bloodline. So even if I found out that Santa Lucia were actually the same as a recognized armadillidium, I still wouldn't mix them, because you want to keep the bloodlines pure, and we want to keep that provenance in Italy its own section. So there we have our armadillidium granulatum. I think they're well cool. The tanks. So we need to come up with some other terms as well. So we've got our scabers, our rogues. We've got our armadillidium are our tanks. Can anyone come up with something for Lavis? What can we call Porcellio Lavis? And then we also have Porcellionides, which are the small ones. I don't know, you guys comment below, and if you come up with something cool, maybe we'll use that. So let's pop these back on. Awesome. So top marks again from Dubia Pool. Packaging is perfect. Got nothing to complain about. All came, no DOAs, alive and well. So before we wrap this up, I'm on the, well, my left. Don't know if it'll be your left or your right when you're watching this. Why am I over here? Before we wrap this up, I want you guys also to comment, if you wouldn't mind, what kind of isopod videos would you like to see in the future? Obviously, we're still a Bug Realms channel. We've still got our tarantulas to show off. We've still got our Vinegaroons, our thorny crickets, our stick insects, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to isopods, is there anything different you would like to see? Perhaps certain experiments with them. Nothing that will harm them, of course, but some sort of experiments with them. Or would you just like to see more unboxings of them and substrate information and rehousings and housings in general when I've got my substrate mix perfect? You guys let me know. But I'm just going to end this video where it is, guys. I'm going to find out which ones of these beauties I can keep aside from my ghosts, which I am keeping, and I'll update you in the future with which ones are mine. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye.